Hello, and welcome to Message in the Middle with Marianne. We all know that life is hard, right? It's messy, it's unpredictable, but it can be wonderful all at the same time. My hope is that we can take a deep dive into self-development topics and explore life's lessons through book clubs, conversations, and interviews. And together, we can uncover the lessons that others have already learned to help us navigate this crazy, wonderful ride called life. I guess I always dreamed about doing something like this. I can remember back to my middle school days when I used to call a local talk radio station about my homework. I loved asking the host questions, and I thought it was the coolest thing ever to be on the radio. In high school, I can remember being someone people could talk to. And in college, I majored in English with a minor in journalism. I dreamt of being an impactful writer or journalist. I loved writing, and I loved books. Everything about books, but mostly dissecting them, really digging in and pulling out the meaning of the words. I guess I always knew there were messages within those pages. Figuring out how to find them, how to apply them to our life, that's definitely something I didn't understand until much later in life, though. My first job out of college was writing for a regional travel publication, and boy, did I love that job. Exploring what the region had to offer was fun, but giving my honest opinion on it, putting it in print for everyone to read, that was fantastic. But life gets messy, and I soon had to find a real job. One with benefits and dependability and all that grown-up stuff. That fork in the road, though, that decision to take a different path, well, that's a story for another day. But thinking back on all of this, it made me realize that I had always had this type of calling. I guess I just never knew how to put it all together or what to do with it. So here I am, venturing out to start a podcast. And I have to admit, doing it now, doing it messy, without all the answers, it's pretty scary. So I want to say thank you for taking the time to take this journey with me. I'm not sure where it will lead, but I am sure that I want to use this platform to talk about difficult topics and to try to find the messages in the middle of what others have already written about or experienced. Those nuggets of wisdom that we can leverage to learn, to encourage each other, and to try to make this life of ours just a little easier to navigate. Thank you for listening to this episode of Message in the Middle with Marianne. If you enjoyed the podcast, please take a minute to share it and write a review, as it helps bring new listeners to our audience. If you'd like to keep the conversation going between episodes, please join us at Facebook group Message in the Middle with Marianne.